Hello guys, it's Thomas and I'm back with episode or part 2 of KSP Interstellar. So in this episode I am showing you a craft that kind of didn't quite make it into space, by that I mean completely failed, and we had a little crash landing right there. It works. So this episode is being broadcasted at 16 times regular speed, which makes this episode about 9 minutes long in total. Actually I think it's like exactly 9 minutes long. I don't know, I'll know later. So this craft, I'm putting it into orbit, and it's going to the moon. But we had some technical-licious difficulties with, this craft, and read about everything. So you'll see I'm bumping it up into orbit, and we'll get there quickly. So this thing has all the new stuff. It has thermometers, it has the goo canisters, it has the material bay. And here you see me just plotting out a maneuver, trying to get the best the best as no one ever was. So I can do it efficiently and have it so it slows me down partially, compared to having it slingshot me around. So just thrusting, and there it goes. Gonna get real close to the moon. Perform a retrograde burn in a second, I think. Do some low science. Actually, never mind. This was just my pass. Maybe it's the next one. I don't know. I'm confused. Yeah, it's the next craft where I do that, so we'll kind of spoil that for you. But this one, well, this landing doesn't quite go to plan. Or does it? You don't know. And I don't remember. If my memory serves right, this one doesn't make it. Yeah, I was right. This one crash lands. And I'm trying to twist it around here to get so it can land at an angle so I don't break everything, but I ended up breaking the materials bay, which was worth a lot. And so I'm unlocking a couple new nodes here. I think I just unlocked those giant solid rocket boosters and all that stuff. And this craft is a lot different. So you can see, it uses a lot of liquid fuel. It's a little bit laggy, which is part of the reason I was speeding this up, because I was actually processing last episode in the background while recording this one. So that's part of the reason why I was speeding this whole thing up, because I was getting a solid, like 13 FPS or so. So I just sped it up a bit. And by a bit, I mean way too much. I probably didn't need to. But I'm pumping this one out quicker than the others, because last episode took me a full 2.5 hours to edit, which was an absolute pain. So here you see me getting this craft, boosting this one up into lunar orbit, or mooner, I don't know. Well, in real life it's the moon, not the mun, which means it's lunar, so maybe it's the lunar surface. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I hope you're enjoying the music in the background right now. It's probably something by Kevin MacLeod or Bass Desire. Those are the only two royalty-free music producers I know, so that's what I'm using. Well, actually, there's some others, but the others have a tendency to get taken down even though they're royalty-free. So I'm not using any of those because I don't want to even bother with it. So here you see me pumping fuel back into the middle. Yeah, it's not quite as efficient, and about right now I've realized, hey, I'm going too fast. Now, you move a lot slower in the in-game than that was, because you have to remember this is 16 times faster, so it's really hard to judge it. So this is essentially just a repeat of the last launch. I did it a lot more efficiently. I changed up the craft a little bit. Where last one I was wasted about 300 meters per second of delta V, because all of those 5 engines that are burning right now were attached to each other. But in this time, they can decouple, which I just did. So that gives me a lot more delta V. So warping until I get to the maneuver node. And burn, baby, burn. Yeah, whatever. So, doing an injection burn, and this also ends in a miserable fail, which is the reason this episode's this long. Because after doing 3 takes, I was pretty much just like, yeah, screw it, I don't care if this episode's a bit short. I mean, it's just a pain. So burning retrograde now on that one single engine, and it actually got me a lot farther than I was hoping for, so that was a good thing. So, planning to land in the exact same place. And it seems to work out pretty fine. Grab some science data, time accelerate a bit, ditch that, just so I can use that as a reference point. to see where I need to land, and the fact that it ran out of fuel. So it's going very slow this time, a whole 20 meters per second most of the way down. Land, do some science, not to transmit any of it because I was not the smartest person, and going on a jetpack ride, and I don't think I even need to explain what happens, because once again there's really low contrast so you can't really tell, and whack, he goes into the surface. So at that point I'm pretty angry and mad. I'm just like, screw it, let's get something there quickly and go get that guy, because you have to remember the craft is perfectly fine, the actual spaceship is perfectly fine, it has all the science in it, so I'm not going to bother with boosting another one of those up into orbit. I'm just gonna, this is just a little lander just to transport a Kerbal layer so that I can do it easily. Or, well, with less Delta V requirements, even though I think this craft actually has more Delta V. And from the looks of it right now, it does. Yeah, like 4.6 kilometers, I think. I'm watching this in a preview at like 480p, so I can't really tell. But there I'm doing an injection burn into LKO, low Kerbin orbit. Now going out to the Mun. Another burn here. And so this thing actually has a pretty good thruster weight ratio. This burn only took me like, I think 30 or so seconds. And I keep using the same thing every time. Then burn retrograde. And this one was actually really hard to land because it was nighttime, because the crater wall was above it, so it was pitch black, you couldn't see anything. You'll see what I mean in this video in about a second. Right now, at least there's still no light, but you can tell, you can almost tell. And so I ended up going on the radar on the inside of the craft to look for altitude. And as you can see right now, you can't see much. And then it fell over, but I didn't really care, because I didn't need the craft, which is the reason I didn't even deploy those, deploy the actual lander in the first place. So a short jetpack ride later, and I was being really careful with this because I did not want to lose another craft after spending so long getting it right. So there's another flag. I think it said something along the lines of first, first the Mun, then the world, or first the moon, then the world, which, you know, is kind of counterintuitive, I guess. But yeah, then I'm launching off this craft that doesn't have a good thruster weight ratio. It has like a thruster weight ratio of about 2.5, I think, when I was launching it. No, it was like 2.2 or something, but it wasn't that well. Saying that, it like equates to like, I don't know, thruster weight ratio of about 0.2 on the actual planet on Kerbin. And so you see me doing this, doing a couple of burns, just to slow myself down, since I don't want this thing to burn up into the atmosphere after all that I went through. So I do 2 passes, I think. Yeah, 2 passes. Burn again, and I kind of undershot it. Ferrum's really unpredictable with its atmosphere. And then I was aiming for that little outcropping, but I missed that too. And I was really hoping right there for it not to tip over, because I was pumping fuel unevenly through it. But it ended up fixing itself. And so, I'm going to leave you with past me talking about this whole endeavor and science. Yeah. Okay, since I got a buttload of science on all of that, let's go and get some new stuff. So 400 science in the department. We have to get bigger things. Oh, we can't. Oh, we have to get this too. And this has fuel lines, which is the thing we need. We really need fuel lines. Now we can get big rockets. How much does this cost? I don't know. Do I have the big decouplers? Well, I need the big decouplers too. Can I get both? Yes, I can. Okay, and that's all I'm going to have for this episode. I can get that one in the next one or something. But thank you for watching. Leave a like or a favorite, and adios.